Hey everyone, it's Megan with Alder and Ants, and I am back again today. And I wanted to kind of share some of the things that I have collected over the last couple of months. And that includes some things that I got from Temu and some things that James got me for presents, some of my fabrics, things along those lines. So first, let's go over what I got in my last Temu collection thing. So I got this little thing right here, and it's actually a handheld ironing board. So I will let y'all know right here, what I think about this. I haven't actually tested it out yet. Okay, so while my iron is finishing heating up to my linen heat setting, so this is the new spray bottle that I got, and I am absolutely in love with it. It has a really good spray on it. It has that spray, and then it does have that style spray. I don't know, you can't see what I'm doing. So you have that spray, and then you also have the mist spray. So we've got that. And then, as I was saying, from Temu, I did go ahead and pick up this little handheld ironing board. And the reason why I wanted to go ahead and pick this up is I was thinking for some of the curves and things like that, I might want to lay my fabric directly on that, slip my hand inside of here, and put my fabric right here and iron directly on here, because I can kind of adjust how my curves are going to go. So my iron's heated up, and I'm not really feeling any heat coming through. And I don't use my iron for steam. So hopefully I don't get burned. I really hope I don't get burned, but let's see. Spray that like I would with normal ironing. And okay, I do feel some heat coming through. So yes, you can get kind of burned with this, but if we're doing just some curves and stuff like that, this might actually be kind of good. I feel some heat. There is actually quite a bit of heat going through to the palm of my hand, but it's nowhere near where I'm getting like severe burns. So there is heat going through. So I would put it up to you if you want to purchase something like this. I might use it sometimes. I don't know. We'll see. And as I use it in future videos, I'll let you know kind of how I feel about it. So it does have this mesh on the back to hold your hand in place, and then it does have this little ring to kind of keep it where you want it. So it's not bad, but I do feel some heat here on my hand. As you can see, I'm not burned or anything, but I did feel some heat. So that's a little bit concerning. So I don't know. I don't know if I would recommend this. I really don't. But I will leave a link down below for Temu. If you want to use my link to join up on Temu, you can. If I do receive any kind of benefit from you using my link to Temu, I'll let you know down here somewhere where you'll be able to see that. I don't know if I like this or not. So, all right. Let's head back over into the video. I also picked up a thing of my butterfly. Picked up some butterfly pins. Pins for my sewing. Sometimes you just like to have pretty little sewing notions. I also picked up some fabric from them. I should have read the description a little bit better. I was hoping that these would actually be larger. So the first one that came with it is this really pretty floral. And then we have some cranes, a kind of Chinese floral design, another Chinese floral design, and then this floral design. So I do like all of these. They are a really nice cotton, and that is part of my Temu haul that I got for my first Temu purchase. I wanted to see what kind of things that they had from Temu for sewing, and I actually like those. I actually did, and I know you're probably not going to be able to see it. I'll show a video of it here in just a second. A USB hub for my B79 so I'm not pulling my USB sticks in and out of my embroidery machine. I was so afraid that I'd mess up that little port. So I went ahead and got a USB hub for it. And my ring light that you probably see in my eyes, I actually have it plugged into the USB port hub thingy. And it's working. I'm able to pull up my light here. James actually picked up this glass spray bottle for me, since my spray bottles that I've been getting from Walmart, they have always ended up breaking or something along those lines. And so he picked this up for me. Let's see. And if you want me to actually go through these books, other than my Gertie books, I don't want to share information from her in those books, but I will do a in-depth review of her books later on. But I did have Fashion in the 30s. And if you're interested, I will go through all of these books. I picked these up at a bookstore here for used books, and it's really neat. On here it says 1980 is a receipt, so that was the last time that this was probably brought into that store. And it's not Half Price Books, it is Happy Dog Books here in Dallas. Lucky Dog Books here in Dallas. And it's got all of these beautiful designs. And if the receipts fall out, I'm sorry. But it's got all of these different really beautiful designs in here. And I just wanted to take a look at them. And then I also found at the same store the Victorian fashions and costumes from Harper Bazaars from 1867 to 1898. And it has all of the fashion plates from those eras. So I'm able to kind of go through and see all of those different things. And then kind of going along with my Victorian era, I have a modern book of Make, Sew, and Mend by Bernadette Banner. And again, I'm not going to go into an in-depth flip through with this book with you, but I picked this up at Joann's about 2-3 weeks ago. I've been wanting to pick this one up, and it is probably one of my favorite books that I have on my nightstand that I've been reading and kind of getting up to date on some of the things of mending and learning. And one of the biggest things that I actually like from this book is, where is it? The different fabrics and how to tell the different fabrics in here. And she actually has like burn test photos and things like that in here. That's the only look that I'm going to give you inside this book. So I am absolutely in love with this book. And then James surprised me a couple of months ago with Gertie Sews Jiffy Dresses. And these books do come with the patterns inside of them. And I absolutely love Gertie's dresses. And I've been wanting her books, and he knew that. So he actually picked up all 4 of them for me. So I also have Gertie's Ultimate Dress Book. And these are the hardback ring binder style books. And I am absolutely in love with these. Like I said, I love these. And then Gertie's new book for better sewing. Gertie Sew Vintage Casual. And those are the 4 books that he picked up from me that are by Gertie. And that is my books that I have now. I will go ahead and show you my fabrics now. So I did pick up some Power Mesh over the last couple of months. I also found this lemon fabric that I went ahead and picked up. I have this knit purple fabric that I am going to be making the society dress out of this. I have, and I think this is my linen that I've had for a while. I don't know why it's in this pile other than it's one of the fabrics I want to use here soon. I picked up this animal print style fabric. It's a knit fabric, and I'm going to make some pants or something like that for Skylar. I also found this polka dot fabric. It is a knit, and I picked that up to make another dress or something along those lines. And then I found this fabric. I don't know if I've already shown you this one or not, but this is one that I have recently picked up that I wanted to share with you. I've also here recently picked up some patterns. Now, I have a local store here that is the Antique Mall that I go through every once in a while, and I'll pick up some patterns. So I'll share some of those patterns with you. And when my Joann's closed to open up into the new store, we had a big sale. So I have some patterns from Joann's that I also picked up. I've also picked up a couple of patterns online. And as you know, I am a subscriber to Gertie's Patreon, so I've got all of her patterns, which I'm not going to share those patterns on here, but I've gotten a lot of patterns over the last couple of months. So that is everything that I've gotten. So let's go ahead and jump on over to show you what patterns I've gotten. Okay, so like I said, I was going to go ahead and share all of the patterns I picked up over the last couple of months. And my first one that I have in my hand is actually this Vogue pattern 9765. It is some of these underwears, and it's a petite, small, and medium pattern. And I don't see the original price on it, but I paid about $1 for most of my vintage patterns because I picked it up at one of the local antique stores, and they were just trying to get rid of all of it. So that is my first one. I have the McCall's 2250, and originally this pattern does not have a price on it. Okay, originally it was $12.95. I got it for 50 cents. And it is just some of the older style 80s nightgowns. I don't know if I've already shared this one with you or not. It is McCall's 4054, and it was originally $1. I paid maybe $1 for this one. And I'm sorry if it's kind of hard to see some of these. I did go ahead, and during the time that my Joann's was closing, I did pick up some of the patterns there on sale. So I did pick up Angela Clayton's 9715, and that is the chemise and the Edwardian style corset. At the same time, I did go ahead and pick up this one from Abby and American Duchess, 8579. It's a simplicity pattern, and it is the stays pattern, and it should come with the hoops and also the chemise that goes underneath. Yes, it does. This is another one of my patterns I picked up from Simplicity. It was originally 65 cents, and it is 73.38. And like I said, most of these patterns that are my actual vintage, I paid maybe $1 for these each. I have my Simplicity pattern, and it is 72.71, and it's one of the late 80s full wardrobe pattern sets. So it comes with a little bit of everything, and the back of it does not have the pattern drawings on it, but it looks like it's going to have a dress, a coat, skirt, and pants, all kind of wrapped up in one. I also have this McCall's, and it is a coat set, a very 80s. Let's see. It was $10.95, and I don't see a date real quick on it, but it is wrapped up in this, so it must be one of my more vintage ones. So probably an 80s or late 90s or late 80s, early 90s pattern. I have my 6413, which is a couple of different sets of shirts. I do need to put this one into one of my protective sleeves. And this was originally $1. I have 6348, which is this really cute 70s pattern that was originally $1.25. And yes, it includes the shirt, the bra, shorts, and the pants all in this one pattern. And it is a size 10, so nowhere near going to be able to fit me with a bust of 32.5. But who knows, I might be able to make a pattern very similar to it at some point. I have Simplicity's 6312, which is this 1960s Jackie style suit, and it is designer fashion. This is another one that I would have picked up for about $1. Now, this one I actually ordered from Stephanie Canada and Backroom Finds, and it is this little girl's dress set. I have not actually checked to make sure all of the parts are in it because I did order this one unchecked from one of her live videos. And I have it in a set. It is my daughter's size, so I might open this up and check to see if all of the pattern pieces are in there. If they are, I might go ahead and make her this outfit. And then I have 4178, and this is a authentic 1960s original pattern. And I guess hopefully I can find the original pattern at some point and actually check this like Stephanie does. And it has some really cute hats. It's got all different things inside of here. So I'm kind of excited about seeing in here. And this is a original reprint. This is one that I would have picked up at the sale at Joann's. Here is another vintage one. It is 2531. It is a Butterick for 60 cents. And it is a really cute little outfit. And it is a size 12 with a bust of 32. And it is the shirt, skirt, or it's just the bodice, I guess. I don't think it comes apart. I think it is actually just a dress, I think. Yeah. Okay, and I don't know if I have shown you this one or not. I can't remember. This might have been one that I just kind of picked up. It is Simplicity's 1021, and it is a men's pajama set that I would have picked up simply because I wanted to make something for James. It's from extra small to extra large, and it's got several different things in here that I would have wanted to go ahead and make for James. Another vintage pattern is my Quick Sew pattern 2756, and it's from extra small to extra large, and just a really cute little outfit. I don't know what year it is. I would have to check to see if I can see it really quick, and I'm not seeing it off the top of my head, so I don't know what date this was, but it is a really cute little skirt and dress pattern, or skirt and shirt pattern. Another vintage pattern that I have now. Another vintage pattern that I have now. I don't know. It looked like my phone's trying to die, and I don't know if it get cut off for a second on any of that. But I have Butterick 3443 for 75 cents, and it was actually bought here in Mesquite originally at Hancock Fabrics. I haven't seen Hancock Fabrics since I was a little girl, and I'm not real young, but I'm also not real old. But it's been a long time since I've seen a Hancock Fabrics. I probably need to look up to see what happened to them, but this is a really cute 60s style outfit, and it is a size 12, bust 32. Then I have my Butterick 4158 is what I'm going to guess. It's kind of torn off up here on the edge, and it's a 70s style men's robe set, or men and women's, size large. And I do need to get this over into some protective film. I also have Butterick 4409, which is size 12, 32. It was originally 60 cents, and it is a bunch of 60s style shirts. So all of these would have been picked up from the same person that are the size 12s. So look like, and yes, they would have, because it's also from the Hancock Fabrics here in Mesquite. And then I have my Butterick 5896, which is this 80s, very 80s style pattern for this dress, which I still think is really cute. I don't know if I would actually wear it, but it's a size 14 through 18, and it's actually really cute. So that is all of my patterns that I have picked up that are physical patterns here in the last couple of months. So let's go ahead and jump on over to my computer, and I can show you some of my new patterns that I picked up digitally. Okay, hey everyone, we are now over in my Trello account with all of my digital patterns. And as you know, I am a Charm Pattern Patreon member, and so I get all of Charm patterns every month. So when she uploads a new pattern, I automatically get it. I have also gone ahead and gotten a Seamwork 1-year membership, where I now have every single Seamwork pattern that has come out so far. Over the last couple of months, I have gone ahead and gotten a couple of Ellie and Mac patterns, including the Kids Duchess pattern, in which I am going to be making Ryan this little jacket for this upcoming winter. And I have made the cami and undie set from them for her also here recently. And all of like her free patterns I have in here also. I have not actually gotten any Love Notion patterns recently, but for about a month or two, I did go ahead and get a part of Mrs. Depew's Patreon. I plan on getting back in there. I just had some bills I had to pay that I wasn't able to do it this last month. So I do have some of her things from her Patreon, and I did go ahead and purchase the bra. I did purchase the updated corset version here from her. I originally had this back when she first made it. She's updated the pattern, so I went ahead and updated that also. I have this fashion magazine and a couple of her other patterns. I do plan on making this dress here soon too. And so I've got several of her digital magazines in here, and then part of her Patreon, I was able to get a couple more of her Hoslin books. So be on the lookout. I am going to be going back in and doing some more of her Hoslin patterns. For a couple of months, I did become part of Gunnar Deathridge's Patreon. I do plan on going back and becoming a patron of his again at some point whenever I can afford to. So I do have several of his patterns in here. And then I also had Sonia Estep. I don't know how you pronounce her name, so I apologize. So I've got several of her patterns. I have made, this dress in the past, and it is actually one of my favorite dresses. And I got that pattern when we had that thread crate that was coming out. Let's see. I have some Made for Mermaid patterns that were the free patterns that I downloaded. I have also gone ahead and got the Rose Cafe pattern. I was going to make that for Skylar, but she is too large busted for this pattern. It's not holding up for her, so we want a different route for her winter formal dress last year. We are still on the lookout for a good pattern to make her winter formal for this upcoming year, and also her prom dress. My oldest daughter is only going to be having one prom, so it stinks, but it's brand new school and they didn't have everything they needed. James wanted me to download this pajama set, so he did actually pay for me to get that one. And let me push that down real quick. Glory Allen has several free patterns on his site, and the main one I wanted to get was this pattern right here, his cargo pants. And I will be making James a pair of cargo pants once I actually find the fabric that we are wanting to make it from. Brandy Joan was another one that I joined Patreon for a little while. I don't think she's actually uploading very much onto her site, and I know that there's a couple things on here I want to. These are the Lolita Fashion. These are some magazines that are free to download, and I don't know where I had that. Let's see. I don't remember where I had that link for that. I had it somewhere. If I find that again, I'll let y'all know if I find that. Jonah DIY. I apologize, my daughter just sent me a text message. Jonah DIY has several patterns out, and I have her free Bridget dress, the free Rita bucket hat, and then the Anastasia, Clarice, Eva, and Maddie are all part of a bundle for like $17 US dollars. It's 14 pounds for all 4 of these patterns. I went ahead and grabbed that a little while ago. And then this pattern and this pattern designer are from my Creative Fabrica account, where you can go and get a membership from Creative Fabrica, and I'll have a link down below where you can sign up for Creative Fabrica if you want to. But they do have a bunch of patterns and stuff like that on there. Let me get back into here. I only have a couple more things to show you. So Ariana Black, and I don't know if I am pronouncing her name right or not, has apparently shut down most of her things. She's no longer sharing her corsets and stuff. So these are the last 4 corset patterns that I was able to download. And since then, most of her stuff has disappeared. But Creative Fabrica, as I was saying, let me see if I can get back into that to show that to you. If it will go, just give my computer a second. It's deciding it does not like me. So I am a yearly member on Creative Fabrica, and then they have sewing patterns and things like that that you can go in and download. So I will go ahead and have a link to Creative Fabrica. If you want to use that link to sign up, I do get a little bit of a kickback from that. So they have all these different patterns for not only clothing, but they have pouches and bags and things like that. So that is all of my new patterns that I have. So let's go ahead and jump back over into the video. All right, guys, it has been wonderful seeing y'all again, and I will see you here next week. Bye.